What's happening, Myles? How are we doing today?
Good, Brian. Have you did you watch South Park last night?
It's funny. I haven't watched South Park in a very, very, very long time. The same way I hadn't watched The Late Show with Colbert in a very, very, very long time. But now they're like my two favorite shows all over again.
I was going to say, yeah, you probably want to get in as much watching while they're still here.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Usually you and I have like a good conversation like 5-10 minutes before we even start the show. We are coming in hot today. When I say hot, I mean hot. And like we legit just started this call like not even a minute before we went live. So we have no idea what we're about to talk about. You want to roll the dice and give this a shot, Myles?
Let's do it. This is what Fridays are about, is unpredictability, because that is what Improv Club is about. Improv group. Improv Club.
Yeah. It'll be like the improv. What's an improvisational word for group? Improv.
Well, we
gang.
could be the three improv musketeers, couldn't we, Brian?
All three of us.
All three of us. Yep.
All right, let's go. This is PSVR GAMESCAST Live. We film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and 2 Wise. This is what my hair looks like. Why didn't I fix this before the show Friday?
Sorry, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to cause offense.
Like I'm sweaty and extra hairy. Like it's just everywhere, man. There's like, why is there so much hair everywhere? I don't understand.
Why don't you wear a hat?
That doesn't cover up the rest of my face, Myles.
Like that. There you go. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
This will work.
That is awesome. What's your name?
Marokuma.
Let's do the show like this. I like Marokuma.
Jesus,
he's pretty cool.
See, nothing is right here. Here, let me fix the tip window. There we go. That's supposed to be like that. Whoa, Myles. I don't even know where to start, dude. What a week it's been.
Yes.
We have been sort of teetering on the edge of announcing a top 25 debate for the better part of 3 weeks now. And I think we're able to say that we're doing one tomorrow now. I think.
We are.
And so in preparation for that, I have been playing a lot of PSVR2 games. And a lot of games that I've been meaning to get back to. And a lot of games that I just like even games that I don't think are going to be in consideration for the top 25. Games that like I just haven't really spent much time with, or as much time as I want. That'll change this week. I've played so many games, Myles, over the course of the last few days. I mean, it's been incredible. Sirens on my end. Like I said, games that I don't even think will be in consideration for the top list. But like, dude, I spent an hour yesterday just playing Tetris Effect. Like, and it was, dude, to the point where I'm like, have I ever played this on PSVR2? Right? Because, I know that I have, at least for a few minutes, just to be like, yeah, it's Tetris Effect. But man, I swear.
It's so good.
Right. I feel like I'm like falling in love with VR all over again. Right? When you just hit pause on like your responsibilities for the channel and having to review stuff. And then you go, if I just sit on the couch for the next hour, what games do I want to play?
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. And dude, Tetris Effect is so good. To the point where like I got out of the headset and was like, this is a top 25 game. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so good. But what games do you kick off what games do you kick off the top 25 list in order to get a game like Tetris Effect that we, it's sort of all been like done and dusted. Like we've all been there, done that, right? But those games are still important, especially like if you just bought a PSVR2 headset and your first headset. Could we really tell people, Tetris Effect is old news? No, we definitely couldn't do that. We'd be like, you should get Tetris Effect, especially when it goes on sale. Like, so, and I've just been having a blast with all this stuff, man. Like I've been playing games like, I played Song in the Smoke for like 2 hours. Cause I don't think I'd played that one since launch day when the jump button was still broken. I don't remember there being a performance mode that makes it run at 90 frames per second, right? And like it's just I got in and everything looked really like smooth and good and polished. And then once you kind of get through the tutorial area, did I not? I totally hold on a second. I totally captured some footage for Song in the Smoke. Come on, where is it? Where is it?
Show yourself.
Come on. There it is. Ha! I knew it. Once I got into the crafting and just like sort of like again fell in love with the crafting all over again and started hunting, and it was a completely different experience this time because the first time I played through Song in the Smoke on PSVR 1, I didn't know what to expect, and so for the first couple areas I was just hiding in bushes constantly, not knowing like what to expect, and I was terrified that something was going to jump out and kill me. But I went into it with a lot more confidence this time, and so I feel I'm like running around like Tarzan. I'm jumping off of cliffs, and like crafting pretty fucking killer arrows, with the tail feathers and everything, in order to make them stronger and faster, and even putting the notches, the teeth into my bow. Like just so quickly right out of the gate, like I'm this master hunter, like whatever it was, all this stuff just never left my brain. And I was like, I'm back in this world. Fucking fear me. I'm about to dominate. Right? Like it's an amazing experience to get back into a game that like you just desperately loved. And then here it is, and it's better than it was the last time you played it, right? Because the environments look fantastic on PSVR 2. It's got that soft look, when like, they just use the default resolution, not super sampling. But dude, again, running at 90 frames per second, no reprojection, no ghosting. It all just felt so good to play. And this is what I've been doing for 2 days straight, and it's been wonderful.
I'm very jealous, Brian.
Yeah,
I am very jealous. I am going to have a hell of a Saturday morning, I tell you that, preparing for top 25. I mean, I've got my list almost done. There's just a couple of games that I might last minute swap in, if that is allowed. Because I know we're getting a lot of prep done tonight for it, just because, on the show we like to do the knockouts and stuff like that. So that'll be set up. But yeah, I mean, I jumped back into Madison VR and rolled credits, so I don't have to play that at Halloween, so it was nice just jumping in and appreciating like all the different games that are out there. So
listen,
yeah,
I don't know if you can hear the chat like I can, but they're all screaming the same thing.
What's that?
They're saying release the files. They don't fucking believe you, Myles.
Release the files.
They don't believe you.
Trump's like, this is amazing. A new distraction from me. Yeah. Outrage.
Thank you, Myles, so much. Thank you. No one cared about the MLK files.
It was the Madison files.
Oh my god. Yeah, but no one believes for a second, Myles, that you played another second of Madison.
I couldn't say with a straight face, to be honest. There's just some things on my conscience I couldn't ever get away from. But no, dude, when you mentioned Tetris Effect for me is always one of the ones in contention when we do top 25s, because Res Infinite and Tetris Effect tend to be held. Because when we do top 25s, there's a lot of things that come into consideration. And for example, I guess it doesn't apply to horror, but you kind of like, when you come up with your top 25, I don't know about you, but for me, it's like, is it literally your 25 favorite games, or is it like, do you want a good round collection of top 25? I mean, it is about like what you think the top 25, but it will subconsciously affect that, because you might be like, Res Infinite, Tetris Effects, these are kind of similar. For me, Tetris Effect is the one that does it for me most, to the extent that the reason I don't play Res Infinite is if I'm in the mood for that kind of VR game, I will play Tetris Effect. Res Infinite is an excellent game, but even though Tetris Effect was like, in my mind at the moment, probably mid in the charts, Res Infinite could arguably be up there as well, but because Tetris Effect is my go-to, Res Infinite doesn't even make the top 25, if that makes sense. So, like, these charts are always difficult to do for many reasons, because how do you... And we talk about this every time, but there's a lot of new viewers that this might be their first top 25 they're tuning into. And for us, it's like, is it a game that's got high replayability? Is it about value for... Not necessarily value for money, I mean, it's part of it, but like the amount of content, like so much valuable content, it feels like a full package. And And so when the four of us are discussing it, we're all coming at it from different angles. And this is what I love about it, because we get to sort of explore not just what a top 25 list is, but like what makes a good quality VR game in 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to consider, and I do think that when you're talking about, I definitely loop Res and Tetris Effect and even dump Parole into the same category, and so and I know everyone's always got suggestions on how we should do this, and I even see in the chat right now there's people saying, oh, you should just do top 5 in each category, and it's like, yeah, I mean, we could totally rewrite the book on a top list. But what we need is something that's easily digestible, easily consumable, especially when it's somebody's first video that they've seen on Without Parole, right? These are usually what attract people to the channel. It's the first thing they find that brings them into the channel, right? And then we can corrupt them once they're in the door.
Yes.
But we need something that's like really simple and like easy to digest and be like, wait, hold on. So these are the top 5 puzzle games, and then these are the top 5 rhythm games, and these are the top 5 first person shoot. But how do they relate to each other? Which one's the best of the best? And it gets. I think it's simplicity is king. Like, keep it simple, stupid is what they say, right? So
so
that's why. But unfortunately, when we do it that way, man, there's gonna be so many games that get left out. I just spent the last 2 hours playing the Light Brigade.
Lovely game,
man. The Light Brigade is so good. The resolution has got to be lower than it used to be, though. Like, I think because I used to struggle with the frame rate. There used to be like frame rate hitches for me, and in certain places we get a little bit stuttery. And now I didn't see a single frame rate hitch, although I was playing on the Pro, just full transparency. But the resolution was like that the way I remember it anyway. It just looked like it'd been taken down a pretty big notch. I remember this game looking really, really sharp, but maybe somebody in the chat can correct me who's been playing this since launch and remembers what it looked like at launch. Did the resolution ever take a hit? But whatever. The fact is, it's fun as hell. These are developers that understood the mission, Myles. Like like there's just a satisfying pang when every single time you get a headshot, right?
Yeah.
And all the weapons feel good and have their own reload systems. The roguelite elements are great, and I'm like, again, I didn't even load I must have loaded my save game because I was like, I wasn't very high level, but I wasn't starting at level 1. Yeah, I just need to spend more time with it, man. I need to spend more time with it. I don't think it's gonna make the top 25. I don't think it's on my list, but it's right there. It's like 26 or 27. You know what I mean? It's like just off the list by a notch, and that's gonna be really painful to have to say goodbye to this game. But even worse, the games that I put at 23, 24, 25, we're going to say goodbye to those too, right? The same ones that you barely managed to get on your list. We're going to say goodbye to those because when we merge all the lists together in grand fashion, some are just going to go, it's like, holy shit. So the ones that pain me, like the ones that are at the bottom of my list that I'm like, whew, thank goodness I got those in. There's no way they're making the final cut. It's insanity. Yep.
3 things that came to mind as you were talking there. Firstly, about this. No, it was good. PS5 Pro. It makes me kind of glad that the PS5 Pro, the improvements are very incremental and like almost non-noticeable. The
PS5 Pro mints.
Let me write that down.
Bro, it's Friday. I gotta bring my dad game.
Improvements. How did Sony not say that? They came up with PSVR. PSSR. Impro.
What are they from Boston? It's Wicked Pissa.
Love this. But because it's so incremental and slow, it just means that the top 25. I mean, we would have probably put a roll on. Like, we've got to judge this based on a regular or the best quality that you can possibly play it as. Do you know what I mean? Like, if there was a game that was like unbelievable in the Pro version, that would be a bit more tricky. Second thing about top 25s. I remember, I think the last time we did it, because it was a very long time ago, if it was that one or the one before, I think it was the last time we did it together. Because we've only done it once before with the knockout rounds, right? The tier things. I think we've only done that once.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I kind of screwed up the way I played it. Because what I did was, I had worked out like my top 25 list and I'd done knockouts between them. So when we were going on head-to-heads, I was just voting for the one that I had higher on my ranking, sort of staying true to my top 25, when actually we were saying, no, this is about having a discussion now and being willing to sort of change. And so I now know this time of like, in the moment, it's what we discuss. and we see how it goes. I'm trying to see if I can remember what the third thing was. I think it's slipped my mind, so it'll come back to me. But yeah. Oh, that was it. I don't know. This might be. We might not be able to talk about this. This might be spoilery. But is there a game that is going to be on your top 25, or maybe on your top 25, that you think you're going to be the only one that's put it on there? What? Just give one game that comes to mind. I'll give one of mine.
I think. I mean, listen. This is a lot of prediction, and
sure. And we haven't seen each other's lists, right. To be clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you and I might have a few similarities, but I don't expect to see Subside on AJ's list or Wes's list, but I expect to see it on yours.
Yes, it's on mine. One that is going to be one that I said last time that I don't think was on anyone else's is Puzzling Places, and we did that thing at the end where we all got to choose one we wanted, and I think that's how it made it on the list. But this time. And this was a game that, like, at launch, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then I ended up playing it again and again and again. And there are a lot of games that try and capture this, like Gorn. I haven't actually played Gorn 2 yet. I do need to check it out before tomorrow. Only because of this game that I'm going to be nominating. Oh, you don't think so? Okay, that's fine. You
will be the only one that has Gorn 2 on your list if you put it on. Which means it's not making the cut.
Okay, I'm probably not going to put it on the list. But it's because it's similar to the game that I am likely to put on my list. Again, I haven't finalized it yet, and that is Paint the Town Red.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, Paint the Town Red, just especially with its roguelike mode alone, the combat in it feels so good, and like the haptics they have. It runs at such a buttery smooth frame rate. Resolution's amazing. It's cartoony, but like when you go into Berserk mode and you punch people and they in slow mo just vaporize into like cubic mush of blood and skull. It's just like, it's so ridiculous. But then again, Barbarian is like Barbaria is a game that I love, and I'm like, oh, maybe that scratches that itch more, so I might put that in there. But anyway, Paint the Town Red is a likely one on my list that I think if it does make it, I might be the only one that's put it on there, but we'll see.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not going to give you shit for any game that you put on your list that no one else did. I think it's always great to have some variety.
Yeah.
However, if you put motherfucking Paint the Town Red on your goddamn list, Myles, and you don't have Ancient Dungeon above it, you and I are going to have words.
Dude, Ancient Dungeon is high.
Oh, good.
Dude, Ancient Dungeon, incredible.
Yeah, and it's like just going to get better and better. That's the great thing.
Yep.
Man, I mean, we're not.
But we're rating them on what they are, not the
promise of what they'll become.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because there's that open world game that has got more coming. I think. What's it called? What's the open world game? I've just forgotten the name of it. The GTA game, open street game.
Not Down and Out.
Down and Out. That's it. Because that promise of that is pretty huge, actually. This open world game.
Wait. You're joking, right? They haven't promised anything, right?
No, they haven't promised that. I don't know. I don't know. Even if they had. They promised open world, to be fair.
I mean, it's an open street corner.
It is an open street corner with click turning when you ride a bike. Click turning, Brian, when you ride a bike.
I just want multiplayer so I can ride around in your shopping cart and you can push me around.
Yeah, that'd be jokes.
Yep.
Anyway,
that'd be great. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've been playing. I played more Ghost of Tabor. I've had a few rounds of that. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely. I've been playing lots of stuff, so I'm sure I didn't mention everything. Again, I don't want to say waste my time, but I don't want to. I really need to be playing games that are gonna be in consideration for the top 25 debate, because that's why I'm playing these games right now. So while there are a ton of games that I'm excited to get back in there and play and finally get some reviews out or updated reviews or whatever, that's not the focus at this very moment. So yeah. And man, if you're tired of looking backwards and tired of looking at all the stuff in your back catalog that you haven't played, all the stuff that's piling up that you're never going to get around to, and you want to look toward the futures to find more games that you're never going to play after you buy them and download them, then Jamie Feltham's got a new VR showcase coming your way. This is coming up. We have the date of this, right? You announced it already?
Yeah, August 12th.
Excellent. Here it is. Uh, why don't I? Is it 12th?
I'm pretty sure it's August 12th.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I've even put that in the run of show. What is this an old one then? What is this trailer for? What is this trailer for?
What is this?
But this is last year's. I don't know. Like it matters. Like it matters
Oh,
what
and
trailer I show you.
You got Flat to VR in the notes for it.
I mean, tell us everything you know.
All I know is I don't know. Don't think there's any, I don't know. There might be some. There might be something there. I don't know. Sure. It depends. Like frantically working behind the scenes to see what we can put together. I'm just going to make some games up and just put it in, send it to Jamie and see if he shows it.
You
Brian, should we come up with some fake announcements together and just I'll swap the files in?
You should just submit. You should submit your hands, right? Like green screen your hands, your actual hands, on top of the old school BioShock trailer.
Oh,
and just do this as the trailer's going to make it look like there's a first person VR mode.
Filming the TV with the hands in front. That would be so good.
Oh my god, it'd be so heartbroken.
That would absolutely plummet everything. Yeah.
But Jamie doesn't disappoint. He's saying that this is going to be the best show he's had yet. He's got a pre-show, a post-show, and the stuff that they've announced so far is the Forefront, which so far has not been announced, I believe, for PSVR2. That's the Triangle Pixel. Is that the fucking name of the studio that made Breachers? That's their next game. Speaking of Breachers, we got Breach from Endreams. Which I have a bad feeling, Myles, I'm going to get fucking sick of seeing before we even get our hands on it. I feel like Breach is going to be in every single showcase and every single preview event, and they're going to keep showing clips of it on Twitter, and I just feel like we're going to get a little bit flooded with video of that.
It is an interesting one, and I say this as someone who gets obviously runs all these social media campaigns, and honestly, without going into specifics, it's amazing how differently you can conduct yourself with different games based on. There are some that you need to put a lot of content out there to get conversations going, and there's others where you can post very little, and because the hype is already there, you can just ride that hype and sort of let that go with it. And I am surprised how much they've been posting about Reach, but I also appreciate that you and I and all the game cats, we're all very tuned into VR. We watch all the showcases and stuff. And for them, they're like, look, there's an opportunity to show some more of the game. And obviously, we haven't seen what is going to be shown. We might see a brand new section that's going to be great. And it just reminds me of when I see movie reviewers talk about trailers for movies or shows upcoming. And they're like, I've seen enough. I don't need to see another trailer, But the reason they do it is, exactly. The reason they do it is because there are going to be a whole wave of people that haven't even seen Reach mentioned yet, and so
true.
And it's a very important game for them, which I'm super hyped to hear what's coming next.
Yeah, and listen, as long as it doesn't slip out of the 2025 release window, then that's fine. You know what I mean? It's like if it was like a 2026 game or even later,
yes,
then I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, it's nice that you announced it. Now go back into your hole and finish the game.
Yes.
Great. So, but the fact that all these games that we're excited for do have 2025 at least release windows is good. It's good because that means how fucking sick could we possibly get of all these games between now and when they come out? Because we know they're all coming out in October and November, right? They're just gonna smush them all right into that little release window.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm complaining. I'm just because I'm a complainer, but honestly, how sick could I possibly get of Breach between now and then? I hope they have a lot more to show if they're going to keep showing up at all these different showcases and all these events. I hope they have a lot more to show because sometimes these environments start looking a little bit similar and the enemies look a little bit similar. And it's like, well, okay, cool. We're climbing a lot. We're running and platforming stride-like, but is there a deep story? Is there even an inventory system? Maybe tell us some of the mechanics because maybe that's why I'm not excited for the game because we've seen a lot, but I still don't know a lot about it, strangely enough.
Correct. It's all been vibe pieces at the moment. And the vibe pieces have been great, but we now want a sense of what it is exactly. Look, and I might eat my words with this, but knowing Jamie, I can't imagine. And look, End Dreams wouldn't want to do this anyway. I can't imagine Jamie would do Reach if it was going to be more of the same. Yeah, I mean, I think he mentioned this on your show before. The way that he does these shows is it's not just that he just takes content and plays it. He's a part of the consultancy with it. So like that's why the shows are great quality, because he tailors it and he sort of says like, oh, this will fit with the beat here and stuff like that. Not that he tells people what they have to make, but like he's just very thoughtful. As opposed to, I don't know, has there been a VR showcase where it just feels like they're just dumping any shit they can on it? Probably not.
No,
but if there was something like that, that would be like the opposite of what you'd want to do.
Yeah, you nailed it. Because when we see upload VR showcases, that's what it feels. It feels like, hey, we just dumped a bunch of trailers. Anything that anybody sent us, here you go. And it can be painful. I mean, painful to get through those. And he's just not doing that. He's not just, hey, here's every single thing we could possibly reveal. He's saying, hey, we're going to make VR look good to people who haven't played VR. I think that's what the general vibe you get when you watch a Jamie Feltham showcase. So, these aren't the only things though that were announced. Forefront, Breach. Oh, and I saw Twitcher in the chat. Correct me. Triangle Factory. Did I say Triangle Pixels? Oh my god.
Oh, you said Pixel something, but
Pixel
Triangle Factory.
Yeah, Triangle Factory. So flat to VR. Obviously you can't say anything, but I would be.
I'd love to hear you speculate.
Listen, I mean, I want to see more Surviving Mars Pioneer, because whoever's in charge of doing their social media, I gotta say, I watched a little short clip on Twitter today where like somebody jumped on like a hover bike and like vroom, shot off, and I was like, every time I see something else, there's like all these different vehicles and everything you can get into, and I was like, I feel like they're giving me what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? It's like. You see like, oh, here's a little base building, here's a little exploration, here's a vehicle, oh, here's another vehicle. You know what? I have fewer questions about Surviving Mars Pioneer than I do about Reach. And because of that, I'm more excited for it. And I really hope that we see some even more stuff, and maybe even a release date for the PSVR2 version. That's what I'm hoping.
I am smiling so much from that incredibly kind compliment. I didn't do the video, but someone on my team did, and he's excellent at what he does in that, and he'll be very thrilled to hear it. And I have to admit also, when we do social media, again, that's an example. It was a very short clip, like it was like pretty much a GIF, but it was in video form of just getting on a bike.
Yeah.
And when we do stuff like that, we're like, it's not really showing a lot, but sometimes that's all you need to show, and that can be the thing that hooks you and goes, yeah, because then you sort of think about what it is. Yeah, Surviving Mars Pioneer. Obviously, at the moment, it's in early access on Steam and MetaQuest. Full launch is going to be out on all the platforms. This was a game that really surprised me. I thought it was going to do well in early access, but the amount of hours that people have been putting into this game, and like the community sharing like what they've been building on Mars and that, has been absolutely incredible. Like, this may not be a fair description, but it kind of, do we call it like a podcast game? It's a game that you can just play for hours on end while listening to stuff, because you're just exploring Mars. I think we talked about this off show last week, but I was basically saying like, No Man's Sky is obviously incredible with such like years and years, like a decade is it, of content, so much there. But No Man's Sky is very much like, you can spend time on one planet, but it's about like exploring everywhere in this vastness. The thing about Surviving Mars is you're literally on Mars. Like, it's what you can make of it, and so there's a real sense of survival. But like,
it lives up to its name.
Yeah. But it feels more grounded, which I think will scratch an itch for other people as well. But yeah. Okay, that's cool. So you want to see some Surviving Mars? Let me just write this down, because I'm briefing the team on what we're showing on Monday. So
yeah, we'll change everything. And obviously, I'm curious about Out of Sight as well. You know, I know a lot of the big games that you guys are working on in publishing or whatever. Sound like 2026 games. You know, it sounds like Flat Out and Wrath and Postal. All these games.
Just a few games.
A little ways out. but yeah, Out of Sight is another one I'm looking forward to. So, yeah, if we get an update on that, if we get a release date, I don't need to see much more gameplay. I feel like I'm already convinced that I want to play Out of Sight. So just a release date for PSVR2. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Someone in the chat was saying Surviving Mars available on all platforms. No, not currently. It's in early access at the moment on MetaQuest and Steam VR.
Right.
But it will be when it's fully launched.
Sorry.
Early access, like PlayStation doesn't do early access. I mean, so they did it with like Fortnite Battle Royale, but it was the Battle Royale mode that was early access, not Fortnite.
They did it with Dreams. They're technically doing it with Phasmophobia, right? Like there's these. Right. It's more about the studios being like, "Hey, we're out, but just so you know,
yeah,
we're technically early access, even though they don't give us the tag," which is a shame because I think it would be it would behoove Sony to be more transparent with their customers. We also think that they should have a fucking return policy. But,
Yeah.
Who the fuck are we? We just buy all their games. We don't sell them.
I just want to say, though, with the amount of projects that we are working on, when someone asks in the chat, it's available on all platforms, Myles? Exclamation mark, question mark. My first gut reaction is for my gut to sink a little bit because I'm like, shit, have I said something I shouldn't do? It's like, no, it's been very well known for a long time. It was like on announcement, but it is something that I always feel like stepping on eggshells about. In terms of Out of Sight VR, so that is currently out on just Steam VR in early access. Yeah. Going to come out out of early access on all three platforms. The thing that people keep saying is it's Little Nightmares in VR, but obviously what's interesting is Little Nightmares VR has been announced now. Right. And so was there a date of when that's going to be out for? Is it coming out this year? No.
The teaser that showed nothing said coming soon.
Yes. Okay.
But then every other source I could find says in early development. So
right.
Their definition of coming soon clearly is different than ours. My guess would be next year.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break from the upload. No, this isn't upload. From the VR Games Showcase. I need something to hook me on the name. It's just called the VR Games Showcase, right? He's going for the Jeff Keighley thing, the Game Awards, that kind of thing. And I get it, right? It's simple, to the point, but I need something. It's got to be like the Without Parole VR Games Showcase. It just has a better ring to it. Come on, man, air it over here. We'll stream it, by the way. We'll totally stream it.
And Jamie needs someone in the industry that he can keep saying is his best friend, like a really well-renowned game developer that he's like, it's my best friend.
Right. We need to find someone like that for him because I don't think anybody knows who the fuck I am.
Although Hideo Kojima might end up making a VR game, and then leaves Jeff for Jamie.
Yeah, or so says the rumors, right? That have persisted for half a decade now.
Yeah.
Real quick, we got Fifth with the Australian $5. Says, what time would the top 25 be so I can work out in Australian time? Probably 1 a.m. It's a good question. Listen, I even hate talking about this because, like, who knows? This could all fall apart and we might not do it tomorrow. But if we do, I think we're shooting for like 1 p.m. Eastern. So it'd be about 5 hours earlier than the normal GAMESCAST time, if that helps anybody.
That's a great one. You do a time zone like GAMESCAST minus 5 hours. Like it.
And listen, if it's happening, I will schedule it tonight. Right, so keep an eye on the channel. You wake up tomorrow morning or whatever, or if you're in Australia before you go to bed tonight, I don't know how it works. Just double check the channel, and there'll be a placeholder. There'll be a video. The live stream will be set up tonight if it's happening. Now let's try in the game feeling with the $5 tip. Says Myles, I miss your Let's Plays.
I miss them too. My hope was to start getting back into the rhythm of it. I mean, honestly, there is a way that this could work, but where I could end up doing Let's Plays like every day, but it would require me doing them in the morning in the UK time. And it's like, it's kind of fine. Like, everyone can watch them later in the day, but it would be like 5 a.m. Eastern. So like, it's going to be like my American brothers and sisters aren't going to get to check it out. And maybe that's something I need to do. Like, it's better to do something than nothing at all. But like ideally I want to do it in the evenings, but it's just like my meetings and schedule like to do a let's play. If I'm doing like an hour, you got to do setup time, and so I'm going to need 2 hours, and I just don't have that in the evening. So yeah, I miss it. I want to get back to it. So maybe I need to just commit to doing it on weekday mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to get back to doing some Let's Plays myself. It's been a very long time. I think the last one I did, besides the ones that we did as a group, the Phasmo stream and the Legendary Tales stream, besides those, I think it was like Resident Evil 4, the day that launched on PSVR2. So, but I'd like to get back to it, right? Because I've been having so much fun just playing games. Like, there doesn't need to be a reason. It's like, this doesn't have to be a preview stream or anything else. You can just be like, hey, I just really wanted to play some Song in the Smoke today. You guys want to hang out and watch me play Song in the Smoke and shoot the shit while I play Song in the Smoke? Like, that's all it needs to be. I put too much stock in the importance of each video, and there doesn't need to be any importance. It can just be fun. Real quick, Mitchell in the chat says, hey, sorry, but Galaxy Cart. Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry about that.
No, he started typing another comment earlier and then must have hit enter too quickly. But he says, bought Galaxy Cart. It's glitching out on the home screen and I can't start the game. I'm very confused. Many questions. I don't glitching out on the home screen is I don't think enough information for me to understand what the problem is. But a bunch of things to check. Obviously, make sure that your console is not in 120 hertz mode. That's always the number one thing. If something's not working, go into your actual PlayStation settings. Make sure that's not an issue. But that usually just results in a black screen, so I hide that. That's what's happening here. The other big thing that it's just, I always feel dumb bringing this up, and I never want to make people feel dumb, suggest the dumbest thing possible. But sometimes new PSVR 2 owners don't know this, but you hold down the options button for a few seconds to recalibrate yourself, and so sometimes there'll be a menu screen way over here somewhere. But you don't see it because the game thinks you're somewhere else. Hold down the options for a few seconds, they'll recalibrate, bam, you should have the menu screen right in front of you. I don't know if that's the problem, right? But man, feel free to tag me on Discord. Everybody come join our Discord. It's a much easier way to solve problems with the games that you're playing than asking in a live stream. Not that I have any problem with that. If I did, I wouldn't fucking read your comment. But yeah, it's just easier for us to troubleshoot over on Discord. So just another reason to be over there. Myles, just finishing up with the VR game showcase. The last game that he announced, it sounds like there's going to be this developer segment in the post show where they talk to Polyarch about Glassbreakers, Champions of Moss. And this is a game that I've sort of just had no interest in, and when it sort of just fell away into the ether, I wasn't sad. I wasn't like, oh my god, it so sucks that we're never going to get this game. I don't even have a trailer for it. That's how much I guess I don't care about it.
This was the multiplayer, right? Was it a multiplayer?
Yeah.
PvP? Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm actually just trying to grab a trailer right now in case anybody hasn't heard of this one. Here we go. Copy link. And so this is making its triumphant return, and I feel like I said, this kind of just went away for a very, very long time. We know it's coming to PSVR 2. That was announced a while ago. So I don't know. Has this been in early access this whole time, and they're finally putting the finishing touches on it? I have no idea how this is working. Here, is this the trailer? Here it is. Good. So probably the one thing that they mentioned that I'm not excited about, but hopefully they turn me around. Right? There's been plenty of other multiplayer games that I've been like, no, you're not gonna hook me, and then I play it, and I'm just like, fuck, you hooked me. This is so good. So hopefully that's what happens here, but I don't know. Any interest?
I'm definitely interested in finding out more about it. Curious to see what they're gonna do as a new title in the world. So yeah, I'm coming at it with an open mind. I wouldn't say I'm particularly hyped for it, but I might become hyped. So I have to wait and see.
All right, let's tackle one more tip. What's up, Game Cato with the Australian $10 tip, says Struth Cobber. that gamertag VR bro reckons that VR gaming peaked in 2016 for clicks, presumably. This is AJ and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, and it's so interesting this revisionist history that's going on about VR. There were great things happening in 2016, but like don't forget, like we were on PSVR 1 with light tracking, and you couldn't really turn away from the camera, or it was easy to occlude one of the move controllers. So even technologically speaking, we're in such a better place now. But I think there was a lot more hope in 2016. And if we're talking strictly about games, PSVR 1 only existed for 3 months in 2016. We didn't get Resident Evil until 2017. I think it was January. So, oh wait, I should probably finish reading the rest of the comment before I.
Can I just say though, the thing I loved about GT's video, I've actually not watched it, but the thumbnail made me happy because the thumbnail was of Robinson the Journey. And I love that game.
So the game that everyone
was that 2016? Was that really 2016?
Yeah, I think it was very, very early. It might have been November, late November 2016. Yeah, but everyone bitched and moaned about that game when it came out, and they were so mad that you didn't have two hands and you had to use the DualShock, and and then again, people don't realize what they had until they don't have it, and once it's gone, they go, "Oh man, that was so good." Robinson was good
on PS5.
Robinson was good. It's beautiful, especially for early days, and on the Pro it looks stunning. He said, "But how could it have peaked in 2016 with Hitman, Arcanage, and 90s extreme skiing multiplayer all coming out in 2025?" Listen, I think I didn't watch the video. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and like say anything negative about GT. I don't, like whatever. I'm sure he's got valid opinions, and I'm tired of the negativity. And again, not from GT. I see it in our community. I see it in other communities, and I'm tired of it, man. Like I'm here to have fun and play some VR games, and we've had so many games since PSVR2 launched that I'm only now having a second to go back and get caught up on some of the shit that I missed out on, and I'm having an absolute blast, right? But yeah, we've had it. To Game Cato's point, we have had a stellar year so far, right? Like I'm pretending that Wanderer is already fixed. Okay, I'm going to pretend for a second. But when that game's fixed, it's going to be one of the best VR games we've ever gotten. Arcanage is one of the best VR games we've ever gotten. Hitman is one of the best VR games we've ever gotten. And then, and then here we are with, constant updates for Gran Turismo 7. We're doing pretty good right now. And I just put out a video about 12 games that are still planning on releasing
right
before the end of the year that we're excited about. Like not shovelware, not some kind of small crappy titles, big stuff that everyone should be excited for. So it's all about your mindset. It's all about do you want to focus on, oh, we don't have tons of AAA games. If that's what you want to focus on, then you're never going to be happy. You're not going to be happy with VR for another fucking decade. So you might as well put down the headset and walk away and come back when you're old and gray. And maybe there'll be stuff for you to play then, right? But VR is all about innovation, and it's been carried by indie studios since day one, right? Mm-hmm. It's easy to look back and go, oh man, we had Skyrim back in the day. Oh my God, we had Resident Evil back but we didn't have that many, right? When you put them all together as all the games we got throughout the course of the generation, yeah, it looks really good. 2016 wasn't all that good. I hate to tell you. 2017 was all right. 2018 was banging. 2018 and 2019, those are the years. You want to talk about peak years for PSVR 1 or VR's gaming? Those were the years. But the best VR years are still ahead of us. I think the best PSVR 2 years are still ahead of us. We're just getting off the ground. And shit's getting really exciting. So, it's all how you want to look at things. And I choose to look at things in a much more positive light. I've been criticized by being too optimistic. And that's fine. I'd rather be criticized for being too optimistic than tons of other things you could criticize me for.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video yet. I mean, it came up on my feed, and I've been in back-to-back meetings, so I do want to watch it later. And obviously, it depends on how it's framed with peaking, because peaking could just be about where the momentum was. But just because momentum has overall slowed down, it doesn't mean things have dropped to a lower level to before. It's just like the standard now is just so high. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want to see like those AAA first party PlayStation games. Like, if this was the year where, let's say, we got The Last of Us and we got, I don't know, Killzone and maybe a third one in a year, it'd be like, oh my God, this is like a new peak. I mean, to be honest, that is what it would require for it to feel that way. But it doesn't take away from the fact that, yeah, like you look at Gran Turismo, and just because a game came out in a certain year, the fact is we have it in our libraries now. Like, there are people that are getting VR for the first time, and we've always said there's never been a better time to jump into VR because you are absolutely sport for choice with experiences across so many different genres. So, I think it's possible for both things to be true. 2016 could be where there was actually a peak of momentum, but it doesn't mean that, like, even though momentum has slowed down, that we're still just getting banger after banger.
Yep. Again, I never want to criticize other content creators. They, especially ones that I haven't watched in a very long time. He's GT's doing well for a reason, right? Because he's got lots of he's saying things that people are feeling, and so, you know, if somebody's reflecting, you know, your thoughts and they're speaking your truth and the words that you want to hear, more power to them. I'm just not interested in that. I'm also not interested in watching other content creators because as much fun as I've been having with PSVR2 this week, I think you guys know this. I say this a lot. This is my job, right? Playing games and talking about them and reviewing them. So when I'm done with work, you know, when I finally take these headphones off and I step away from my desk after 10 hours each day, then I want to go play a retro game, or I want to go play a flat screen game, or I want to go watch YouTube and not play anything, right? I just want to turn my brain off for a little while, right? And so, you know, so I feel like I should go watch the video that's in question, but I'm just not going to, because it would just feel like more work, and I don't want to do that. But thanks for the tip, Gamecata. Appreciate the support. That's what I was looking for. Holy crap! And Gamecata sent 5 without Parole gift memberships. Super generous.
Thank you very, very much.
Congrats to everybody who grabbed one of those.
Absolutely, congrats. Oh yeah, the last thing I was going to say on that was, like, I also saw Beardo Benjo did one recently about, like, VR isn't dead, but it is dying potentially, and, like, it was, you know, you go beyond the title. I actually watched that video and I thought it was kind of interesting, and it's just what we always say is, like, when we're critical about PlayStation, we're not doing it to be mean or that. We're just like, we love it and we want it to succeed, and so we have to have, like, hard, honest takes of, like, what's working and what's not. And that's what I love about this VR community. I don't watch VR content creators as much as I'd love to, just because I get working in my own way on it all day, and it's why actually I don't post much on social media these days, because I work on all these other accounts and I get to my own, I'm like, I do not want to do this right now. But yeah, I think there is just a general sense of concern, but the concern is not aimed at, like, the developers and that. Like, we always say that the VR space is actually being subsidized by the goodwill of the creators, the players, and developers. And look, the platform holders do a lot of good stuff, but we just kind of feel that they're always dragging their feet. We have to, like, drag them kicking and screaming to, like, do more with it. And yeah, it's a tricky one, but I'm glad to see these conversations take place.
You know, Flippy Nugget says, I think he was just saying that there was more innovation at the time, or a lot of innovation at the time. I think that's really a tough stance. I think the difference between 2016 and now isn't the innovation. In fact, I think when people are trying to be innovative and come out with games like job simulator style games, right, where they can get really innovative and have everything be VRAF, and it's just kind of fun when you throw things around, people are like, oh, another one of these games, right? Or they're not even willing to look at those kind of games anymore, right? So I think it's about the VR gamers whose tastes have changed, right? When in 2016, 2017, 2018, dude, I wanted to play anything I could get my hands on in VR, right? I didn't care if it looked like a style of game that I didn't want to play. I didn't care if it was getting bad reviews. I wanted to play every single VR game I could get my hands on. And that's not the case anymore, man. We've got so much choice, and the quality level has risen so high that if something's You know, I've got people that I talk to on a regular basis like, oh, if you don't give it at least a 7 or at least an 8, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not interested, right? Because I've just learned that like, it's not for me, right? I think people's tastes have changed. People are like, yeah, it's VR's commonplace now. It used to be the most exciting thing ever, and now it's like, now we're just used to it. And so, you know, I have a hard time with the innovation thing. I think the innovation is there. I think people aren't interested in it. We're all different. What's up, Mitchell? You just joined the. You just got to level 1. Thank you for supporting the channel, Mitchell. Appreciate you. And hopefully you figure out your Galaxy card problem. What else we got, man? Oh, you were just mentioning. You know what? Okay, you know what? This is actually a really good transition, Myles. Where I think we used to value innovation more than anything else, and so we didn't mind like playing experiences because the innovation was there. Now the thing that we're looking for are hybrid games. Did you just brush me off the table?
No, there's a fly in the room, and it's actually been pissing me off.
And I named him Brian.
It's actually in here with me. It's been here the entire show, and I'm really trying my best to ignore it, and it clearly wants attention. I'm not giving it.
Don't give him the clicks, Myles.
No, I'm not doing it. Sorry, carry on. Hybrid games, Brian.
Yeah, no, that's the new buzzword. It's not about innovation anymore. It's about hybrid games. It's about getting these big, full-fledged, flat-screen games in VR. That's the thing people want now more than anything else, right? In fact, that's what the fact that we're not getting more of those is what makes people angry and I think sets people off on these tears about not being happy with VR. So, when Nyctophile Studios announced that they were going to be doing a PSVR2 version of their released today flat screen horror game Death Relives, I think we all got pretty excited. We're like, oh, this is something we really want. This is going to be great. And if you've been paying attention to the channel, there's been a lot of back and forth with Nyctophile. Some days it sounds like they're definitely going to do the PSVR2 mode, and some days it sounds like it's very unlikely. But they've been listening. They really, really, really want to do it. So I said, okay, let's play the flat screen game that came out today, and let's see if this is even something that we should be excited about, that we care about getting a PSVR2 version of. Myles, you had some difficulties. Playing the game.
Dude, it's so embarrassing. How much did you
actually see?
Okay, so well, I'll get to that. Let me just set it up first.
Yeah, please.
I had a message from Brian today saying we're going to cover this on the show.
Listen, if we're going to start off, we're going to start off factually.
Was it yesterday?
Okay? Oh, it was midday yesterday, right?
Okay, midday yesterday.
Right, because I try not to tell you an hour before the show what we're going to be doing. I try to tell you 24 hours before the show.
That's good. That's good. No, that is fair. You did. No, it was yesterday at 10 p.m. my time, so 24 hours ago. Any chance you willing to play some flat screen Death Relives before GAMESCAST tomorrow? Yeah, you did say tomorrow as well, so that was the key word. Gave me a key mailer, and I went on it, but there was no option to get it. So I emailed the devs. They literally got back to me within like 10 minutes. Like, mad props to them. Gave me a key. Thank you very, very much. Then through the app, did the download button. Was having work meetings, end of work meetings, got an hour to go. It's not been installing. I've gone downstairs and my PlayStation's not been in rest mode. There must have been a power cut. It had to do that whole rebuild thing. Install the game. I don't know what was going on. My internet was going so slow. 10 minutes before GAMESCAST, it's now hitting the play, the 20 gigabytes it can play now, and then it's got a bit more to do. So I jump in, and I'll talk about like my experience of what I played. But I played maybe 60 seconds of it because I got to a door that you get to open, and when I went to open it, it says download the full game to experience it. So basically, the first 20 gigabytes of the game is for like everything outside the place that you're going into. So I have played almost nothing, but I do have some opinions that I'm happy to share. But you go first, Brian. I was so pissed off when Brian said like we started this show and we'd barely spoken. I was like, fuck off, you fly. It's just, do I sound like I've got Tourette's?
You sound
Fuck
like
off.
me when I'm mad at sirens.
Oh man, I was genuinely annoyed because I had a headache and it wasn't from wearing this hat all day. It's been a long day and I was really excited to like check this out. And the fact it took me like 2 hours to even get into it, and then I played for 60 seconds was disappointment. But okay, I will tell you my thoughts because I haven't got a lot to say. I really love the audio design of this game. This, like on the path going up to the house, the crunchiness under the feet, the sound of like the voice acting, the limited voice acting I've heard, I actually think is really decent. And so from the get-go, I was like, it just throws you straight into it, and like I just straight away thinking like, what would this feel like in VR? There's a real sense of what's going on, not taking away from. It reminded me a lot of Resident Evil 7, the very beginning, in some ways. And look, I'm not here to make a comparison with it because I've not played much of this game at all. But when you're playing Resident Evil 7, you're very aware straight away of like, okay, this is the pace that you walk at, and like now I'm going over here and dumb to dumb. Here you're like, you're sprinting, you're looking for someone, and there's a real sense of like urgency, which there's not a lot of horror games where I've really felt it in. A lot of them are in horror games. It's like I'm in this horror world in VR and I'm moving. The fact that you're sort of racing around chasing for someone, I found very like striking, and I'd love to see how that translates into VR. So I played maybe 60 seconds, 90 seconds maybe, but straight away I was like, if they can capture this feeling, and again, I don't know what comes next. It might be all downhill from there. Like from the get go, I was like, no, this is pretty interesting to me. Brian, what did you think of it?
Okay. So right away, it defaults to quality mode, I think, and you know, it's got a lengthy cutscene to start off, and you know, you're just watching your mom is driving the car, you're her son, and you know, you guys are having a little bit of an argument, right? She gets out and checks on some body or something that's in the middle of the road. Next thing you know, your mom's missing, and you're like running down a path to go find her, and that's where Myles. That's all you've seen. And man, I will say, listen, I'm playing flat screen games on my Panasonic 1080p plasma television from like 13 years ago. Okay, so I'm not trying to output in 4K. I have no idea. I've never even used the 4K mode on my PlayStation 5, and it's like there's screen tearing, and I was like, oh man, I was like, why is this struggling so much? This game is, I mean, the game looks nice, but it looks nice for a PS4 game, right? It was like a beautiful PS3 game. Why is this screen tearing? Maybe it's intentional screen tearing to make it look more like a PS3 game. Maybe they're like going for that retro vibe. But I switched over to performance mode, and I was like, oh, here we go. This is good. And so everything seems to be running nice and smooth, no screen tearing, and I mean, listen, I think the atmosphere is really good, and as I'm playing it, all I can think is how are they going to do this in VR? How are they going to do this in VR? How are they going to do this in VR? To the point where I'm like, they announced PSVR2 support for this game like a year or two ago, but it's clearly not a game that was developed with VR in mind. Right? There's so many quick cutaways to what are going to have to be, I'm assuming, flat screen cutscenes or flat cutscenes in VR, or some you know, animations that I just don't know if they're going to be replaced with, you know, your actions. Right? When you walk around and you pick something up, you know, are you going to reach out and grab it, or are you going to walk up and click X and watch the hand animation, which I think would kind of suck. But I'm really, listen, I'm enjoying the game, and I think that's the real point here, because you know, this development studio seems to care a lot, and they also care. The reason they're so hesitant about being 100% committed to a PSVR2 version is because that they want to give the VR version the proper treatment. That's what it sounds like, right? I don't think if they give this PSVR2 treatment that you're gonna walk up to that crank that you just saw me spinning and you're going to hold the square button. I have a feeling you're going to reach out and you're going to crank it yourself. I think that's what they're talking about here. I got two very distinct impressions from this game for various reasons. One was Home Sweet Home. That it just feels like Home Sweet Home. If anybody played Home Sweet Home on PSVR1, like I know the influences are different. This is like, what is it? Egyptian, Mayan, Aztec? I can't remember what the influences are here. Whereas Home Sweet Home was Korean, I think. And so two different types of horror, but still, these games reminded me of the other, especially when you have something that's like stalking you through the house. Having this persistent character that you need to worry about. And the other game it reminded me of is Eternal Darkness, which is a really good thing to be reminded of. Eternal Darkness was, a banger on GameCube. Just no one has really done Eternal Darkness the way Eternal Darkness has, and it's been fucking 20 years since then. And that's because they are so frequently shoving you into different environments, right? I don't believe you're playing as different characters. Like your character is just going to these other time periods. And so it feels very much like whether you're playing as yourself or you're not, it has that Eternal Darkness where you're like, oh shit, now I'm somewhere who's completely different. And I got to figure out what's happening here and what's going on. Why am I here? What am I doing here? And so it evoked that, which is a really good feeling to have. But listen, man, I don't know. Listen, I'm an hour into the game. It's been really fun to explore. There's very typical puzzle solving. Nothing like really jumped out at me as like super new or original. But what's here feels good, right? There's enough exploration. There's stealth. There's combat, and so far it's been fairly scary. Although for the first time in a long time, I had to put my shades down just to be able to play the game because the sun was reflecting on my TV. Right. And I was like, oh, right. I don't play flat screen games that much. This is a problem that happens. What I've always said about Dead Island 2. Remember when Dead Island 2 was announced? Or then it got closer to a launch and we're like, man, this is a 7 out of 10 game. But in VR it would be like 10 out of 10. Right? Just these somewhat average games on the flat screen really, really excel once they get the VR support. Right? Being in that world, feeling like you're actually there, feeling like you're actually being hunted by this character. Like, I don't even think this is a 7 out of 10. I think this is higher. This feels good. Right? It feels, what I'm feeling so far is more in the 8 range. But again, if it gets PSVR2 support, much, much higher. So I'm really enjoying it so far, man. I think that these guys made a great game. This is a very small team that spent 6 years putting this together. Also, I think they sent a key. They sent me a key. They sent you a key, right? So full transparency. We're not just saying great things for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Or no, we are saying great things for the fun of it. I guess
we are.
We otherwise we'd be saying great things because they pay
I'd be really annoyed. I'd really be annoyed if I paid full for a game and only got to play 60 seconds of it.
Right. And dude, and so I like this so much, dude. I like this so much that like I want to keep playing.
But you want to wait for the VR one?
I got to put all my eggs in the VR basket, man, and hope that it does come to PSVR 2. This is going to be a very interesting story as it progresses. Like I kind of don't want to let up on these guys. I want to remind them like every week, hey, love your game. Can't wait for the PSVR 2 version. We'll see how that goes down though. And I hope you get to play
there's
more.
There's also a companion app with it, isn't there?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, there is. I'm curious to know how it works. And the reason I ask is there's only one. How many PSVR, PSVR2 games have had companion apps? Now, the Persistence, and what's the other one?
Covert.
Oh, Covert, yeah.
Yeah, there might be another one. I don't know.
Let me have a look here.
What does the companion app for this do? I don't even know.
Let's have a look. It ties into the game's story and enhances the overall experience in a unique way.
Oh, Looper says static. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Companion app feature. Here we go.
Oh, traffic jams. Wow. Okay, we're up to
traffic
4.
jams as well. Yeah. Let's have a look here.
Man.
So they've sent a video on how to do it. So the Death Relives mobile app expands the core narrative with exclusive content that allows you to uncover the hidden layers of the story. So you can browse his personal. So I think it's actually like you're using. So I'm not sure this would work on VR. So this is like while you're playing the game, the app is like his phone.
Right.
So as you're playing the game, it's like you've got the phone. So let's have a look. So it has it has text messages on there, phones and stuff like that. Okay, so, I mean that's cool. That's cool. Like, why not?
Yeah, it's cool.
But not for VR.
Not happening in VR.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't used his phone in the game, but I picked up a lot of notes, things to read, and there's a lot of stuff to read. Like I picked up a book and it had like 10 pages or something, and there was like just a wall of text on each page. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll read this if I ever have to review the game. But for right now, I'm good. Yeah, I'm not. I would like to be able to access his phone in the game. I hope you can just pick it up and use it as is if we're yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's so funny that I can't even compare this to like other recent flat screen releases, right? Because playing this felt so foreign to me, being like having to use the analog sticks to look around, because I just don't really play at least modern games, current gen games on the flat screen.
The last flat screen horror game I played was the demo for Village. I can't remember what it was called. It's where you start in the cell, and it was and it was
Maiden? No, what was it called?
I think it was And I just remember, and look, I'm not here comparing them to Capcom. Capcom has a very good reputation when it comes to mood settings and stuff. And I remember even playing on flat screen, I was like, this is absolutely terrifying. I probably feel differently now having played it in VR. Again, having played VR horror on a flat screen, whether it's a movie or a game now, just doesn't do much for me.
Yeah. But you're right, Myles. Even though you didn't get too far into it, the sound design here is incredible. And as you're going through the house and you hear your own footsteps, and you're very conscious of it because there's some creatures stalking you, and there's broken things that you want to avoid. That you don't want to step on those things, and a lot of the actions you saw me like moving that crank. It's all there so that you can. You're forced to do things that make noise so that this creature is aware of your presence. And so when he starts stomping through the house, it's intense. You hear him stomping from far away, and then by the time he gets to you, it's very, very, it's loud, it's intense. The 3D audio is really well done. And so those kind of things I think are going to work even better in VR. And that's what makes me excited to play this. Plus, obviously you have weapons. Maybe handling those in VR is going to be great. It was called Maiden. Thank you, 12 Toe Tom. Good. And then you also get some kind of flower thing on your wrist where it becomes like a radar. And I think it has lots more functions, I think, that open up as you play the game, but I could be wrong. And so these are the kind of things that, like, instead of hitting L1 to bring up your wrist or, L1 and R2 to fire, just, more natural interactions with this game will be great if they deliver. Very creepy. I was surprised that I jumped a couple times. The jump scares are good. The tension is, is high. So
I like that.
Scares are well deserved.
I like that was an option as you log in. Do you want jump scares or not? You could turn jump scares off.
Yeah, and if you do, then we're gonna really, really criticize you when you live stream it. More silence on my end.
Why would I want to do that?
Kind of looks like I went into this closet to jerk off.
Excuse me? Oh, in game.
That's what it looks like. It's like I was like, what am I doing? Why am I shaking? I was like, oh no, the whole house is shaking because, for reasons.
No shame.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. But anyway, yeah, this thing's gonna shine in VR. I think if it makes it. So we'll be keeping you. I'm gonna be keeping tabs on Nyctophile Studios, and fortunately they do respond to my DMs when I hit them up. So hopefully we can keep tabs on this. I hope the stomping of the stalker. What a great use that'll be for the haptics in the headset.
Hell yeah. Headset rumble. Man.
Oh my god, how intense would that be? Or the B haptics for the 4 people that are interested in it.
Resident Evil 2, man. If that gets the VR treatment, Mr. X, that's gonna be So bad.
Right.
Especially with scale. You know, scale in VR. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these environments too. That's something else. I was like, I looked up at this big statue and I was like, huh, not so impressive on the flat screen.
Right,
like,
right.
Look up in VR, you're like, oh, yep.
Yep.
I don't know. Game Cato with the Australian $10 says there's not enough hours in the day to play. Damn it. I bought Donkey Kong Bonanza, and because of my PSVR2 addiction, and 90s Extreme Skiing, of course, wink wink, I haven't even touched it yet. First world problems, hashtag first world problems, LOL. Well, my friend, I'm about to join you because I finally got a Switch 2 coming in the mail.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of did it and said, you know, I'll deal with the financial repercussions later. Yeah, things work themselves out.
You can play games to get your mind off that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but I'm excited because I've been wanting to play Mario Kart World and the updated Breath of the Wild, and maybe Cyberpunk. I've actually never gotten around to playing Cyberpunk, and Switch 2 has a pretty good version of it. So,
nice.
Yeah, there's not enough time. That is a big problem. But man, fortunately, it's summer, and if we're gonna call something a slow time, I guess this is gonna be it. I don't think it's gonna be slow for very long, though. I think we've got about a month and a half, and then things are gonna start heating up. So I really want to make the most of the next 6-7 weeks, Miles. There's a lot of videos I want to make. There's a lot of games I want to get back to and re-review or review.
Man, that's a good point. Maybe that's why I need to do Let's Plays in the morning. Just like it's a quiet time with releases, and it will be cooler in the morning to play as well. End of the day, with weather like this, Jesus.
With weather like this, who needs enemies?
That's true as well.
That's not the expression. Comic book guy with the 10 quid. What's up, dude? Says GT. I was gonna say Gran Turismo. Gamertag video was pretty good, and oh, what a week it has been with the news about Ozzy and Hulk Hogan, and the second trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 released. And sorry, this isn't really a VR related post. No apologies required, man. We're just thank you so much for all your support. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about whatever the fuck you want us to. If you tip,
yeah, man.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, man. Lots of deaths. It's been really sad. Also, I didn't even know. Like somebody was like, "Oh, and Malcolm Jamal Warner makes 3," and I was like, "What do you mean? When did Malcolm Jamal Warner die?" Like, and I had to look it up, and he died going to he was swimming with like his 8-year-old daughter or something like that, and like he went to save her from drowning, and he ended up. Yeah, she survived. He didn't.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's horrific.
It's been crazy. I didn't know there was a first trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Not gonna lie.
I think I did. Yeah, I saw the second one. I thought, yeah, it's fine. I found I was so underwhelmed by the first movie.
Yeah. I hated watching the first movie, taking notes the whole time, being like, "Well, this is how I would have done it." And if that's and if that's what you're doing while watching a movie, then the movie fucked up, right? Instead of roping you in and being like, "This is this is a great enthralling experience." I think the first movie could have been great, whereas like they don't explain any lore. It's just about some dude for his first night at a security job at this restaurant, right? And it's just all about the gameplay from the first game, right? Where you start it's just a fucking scary experience for this guy doing his first. You could easily fill 90 minutes with that. Why are we jumping ahead and explaining the lore and meeting all these different characters? We don't need to meet all these different characters.
Yeah.
The whole movie could have been one dude.
Yeah.
And a bunch of animatronics.
Yep. I'm looking forward to Weapons, though. Oh, it's almost here. Almost here.
Yeah, well, that's
getting great first impressions as well.
First week or second week of August?
I think it's the 6th. Comes out. Weapons movie.
The 6th week of August.
Release. 8th. August 8th. It comes out.
The eighth week of August.
8th week of August. Yeah, it comes out.
It's gonna feel that way, Myles. This summer's not gonna end soon.
Yeah, it comes out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today. I'm super hyped.
You gonna go to the theater to see it? Theater?
Yeah, definitely. Trying to think what movies I saw close together when Barbarian came out. I think it was Barbarian and Smile, the first Smile. I think I saw them pretty close together and had a good time. I was like, yeah, horror's good at the moment. I'm having a good time.
Dude, I think we got a good couple months for horror. Weapons next month, and then the fourth Conjuring movie, Last Rites, is happening in September.
Oh, nice.
I really, really hope Conjuring 4 is better than Conjuring 3, because Conjuring 1 and 2 are two of my favorite horror movies of all time. Like, those movies just stand the test of time. I can watch them and rewatch them and rewatch them. I never get sick of seeing them. And anytime I try to watch the third Conjuring movie, I saw it in the theater, was disappointed. Same with the fifth Insidious movie, The Red Door. I get halfway through and I'm like, what is this? Who allowed this to happen? I have faith. I have faith they can bring it back.
I really wanted to see The Monkey and Until Dawn. Until Dawn more out of just curiosity. Yeah, man. Lots of stuff to come.
Yeah. Future Best Master.
I never saw. Is Sinners a horror movie?
I mean, I watched Sinners and I really liked it. I thought it was fantastic. And I didn't think I was gonna like it, man. I almost watched it reluctantly. I was just like, I guess if people are saying it's good, whatever. It's so good. It's really good.
Yeah, I need to see it. But is it a horror movie or is it just kind of more of a thriller? No,
I would say thriller's good. Suspense, thriller. Maybe not suspense.
Well, there's a lot of
not scary.
There's a lot of classic horror movies coming out, like Screamboat about Steamboat Willie, because obviously all the copyright has expired. There's 2 Popeye movies out this year. I don't know if they've come out already. Popeye the Slayer Man and Popeye's Revenge. Like, because it expired, so they're just all making loads of Popeye horror movies now.
See, when we talk about wanting big screen, Myles, and to be able to get into a virtual theater and hang out with your friends, these are the kind of movies I want to watch with other people. I don't want to go and watch
campfire. We were in the forest watching it on the big screen in the forest. That's the perfect place to watch horror movies. Or the graveyard. I'm totally with you, man.
I don't want to watch good movies with friends, right? Because you want to hang out and shoot the shit and make fun of the movie like while you're hanging out, right? If it's something I'm really excited about seeing, if it's something that's supposed to be really good, then I want to watch it alone so I can really pay attention to it and take it all in and not be distracted. But man, I'll like the Screamboat Willie, dude. But Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I still haven't seen these movies. But I've
got Piglet sequel. Piglet. Was it Piglet? It was called. Let me find it. It was called, Piglet. Oh, it is available for $3. Got 2.7 out of 10.
Better than expected.
On Kate's 21st birthday camping trip, her friend encounters Piglet, a monstrous human pig hybrid who brutally murders one of them. So there we go.
Future. It's not. Is it Future Bass Master or Future Bass Master? Like, I like to think that he's like a
Future Bass Master. I like that.
Because there was a video game, right?
From South Park. Katata Fish says never do bass to mouth.
With the $10 says, hey guys, what's up, Bassmaster? He says, currently at Comic-Con, are you aware of any VR panels or dev presence similar to the Alien Rogue Incursion team last year? If so, any questions to ask on your behalf? No, I didn't. I'm so out of the loop. I didn't know there was a Comic-Con even happening right now.
I only knew because the South Park creators were on it literally the day after the episode. So I've been watching footage of them talking about it. It's been great. But yeah, I don't really know. Alien Rogue Incursion Part 1 Evolved Edition. A new trailer went up 50 minutes ago.
Is this just for the flat screen game?
Yeah.
Is Evolved? Are we just getting the flat screen version like as a bonus, or is this a separate purchase?
I guess it's going to be separate. Let me see. Have they done a store page? It's going to be on September 30th. Features even deadlier xenomorphs and enhanced visuals. So, yeah,
I'm not finding anything for Comic-Con, but these are the kind of things that you kind of have to go through with a fine-tooth comb to actually find the stuff you're interested in. These events have so much stuff happening, even PAX. Like, you really had to comb through every single day's details to find the panels you were interested in. But Future Bassmaster, if you find anything, fucking don't forget about us. Feel free to write home and tell us what you discover while you're there. I hope you have fun.
Yeah, it's not gonna add anything to the VR version. It's a completely separate game. It comes in at £19.99, so it's probably gonna be about $20.
Yeah, that's fine. So listen, we need developers of these games to be making as much money as they can, right? Like,
great.
Once upon a time, we got used to like Resident Evil 7, and like, oh, here's your free VR mode, right? And then Village, here's your free VR mode, and Resident Evil 4, here's your free VR. Listen, it's not sustainable for people who aren't getting millions of dollars from Sony to do it. So, that's why I have no problem with the Madison model. Just charge again, right? You're probably going to find a whole new audience of people. We need these people. We need these developers to thrive, so they can keep making VR games.
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, or part 2 of the VR game they already put out.
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah, you might be able to play Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition with the Unreal Engine injector in VR. Someone will do it. Someone will do it.
Someone will. Myles, what are we even doing? Did we finish everything that we had to talk about? I think we did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just me. I've got to host 20 questions.
Yeah, you do. Game Cato with the Australian $5 goodness. Says, I'm going to buy those Virtue XR glasses to play Switch 2 and in 3D on virtual. Whoa, hold up. Hold on. I'm going to buy those Virtue XR glasses to play Switch 2 and in 3D on a virtual 100-foot screen. Cyberpunk in 3D with gyro guns should rock. It's like almost VR. It's like almost, but not quite. Man, that'd be so great. I would definitely like to play Cyberpunk in VR. Thanks for the support, Game Cato. All right, man. Let's do a little 4-minute challenge. Do you have a game picked out?
Whoa. Yeah, I don't, but I'm going to say yes. By the time we start, I'll know exactly what one is.
Dude, I just remember Alien Earth is happening this month too, isn't it? Or next month?
Dude, Alien Earth is starting very soon. Dude, I'm cautiously optimistic. 12th of August. So, yeah, man.
No reason to be cautious. There's never been a bad Alien movie.
Did you see the new Predator trailer?
No.
Is it Hunting? No, it's not Hunting Grounds. What's it called? Badlands. Dude.
Yeah.
Looks interesting. Don't break the winning streak, Myles. Going for a record here. Oh my god. Wait. Don't break the winning streak. So I've got to choose something easy. Okay.
Colin Love says, so many Alien fans were upset that Rogue Incursion wasn't flat. Now they can be happy, and the Deads can get more cash. No one's going to fucking buy it. People just like to complain. Like, oh, why can't we get this on the flat screen? Comes to the flat screen. This is just a VR game that you guys brought to the flat screen. Oh, Jesus. Markio said the exact same thing in the chat. Yep. Excellent. Great minds, Markio. Paradise Decay in the chat. What's up, PD? Says Death Relives works perfect with UEVR.
There we go.
Well, then we better get a fucking kick-ass version of Death Relives on PSVR2.
What up?
Nyctophile.
What up, PD? What up?
Yeah. All right. I'm looking forward to Alien Earth. Dude, I've got lots of hope for it because I've been watching Chucky.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Child's Play sci-fi series.
I've actually never seen a Chucky movie.
Oh,
I know.
well then let's get in big screen.
Would that make a good VR game? Would the Chucky IP be good?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I think so. I think it would make a better VR game than flat screen game, right? Because I remember one of the things that really, really scared me. You obviously know the concept. You know that.
Yeah.
Like a killer good guy doll. It's because Chucky's so small.
That's it.
Right. That's the scary part. Like I remember there being a scene in the very first Child's Play movie where Andy Barclay, is that his name? He's like hugging Chucky, and then it drops him. Chucky hits the floor and immediately rolls under the couch. You know, like any sirens on my end, like anything you've ever dropped in your entire life that disappears under your bed or under your couch, like immediately. That's exactly what Chucky did. And when there's a killer after you, and he's able to just roll under the couch like that, and you're like, fuck, no idea where he is. Terrifying. The first 3 Child's Play movies are, I think, great, Myles. Then it gets really bizarre, right? Then it's like Bride of Chucky. This is when it starts becoming like movies for stoners, where it starts like making fun of itself and getting a little campy. And then I think there was Seed of Chucky, and then years and years later, more recently, like sometime in the last 15 years, they tried to bring the series back with like Cult of Chucky and another one where they took itself really seriously again, but whoever wrote the movies like didn't do a great job. So they're fine, but they're not great. So for me, it's like the original trilogy. That's just that's what Child's Play is to me. Unfortunately, the TV show gets a little all over the place. Like it starts bringing in stuff from like every single Chucky movie within, I don't know, by episode 6 or 7, you're like, wow, they're going deep very quickly. Like, I don't know why people don't like to keep it simple for longer periods of time, but it's an enjoyable show. It's a good show. I like it.
Nice.
Yeah. Did that give you enough time to pick a game?
I've been enjoying new Dexter. Yeah, I've got a game, Brian.
Oh, have you seen the new... fuck GAMESCAST. We're just going to talk about TV and movies for another hour.
I didn't watch the middle reboot. The was it New Blood? No, not New Blood. I actually kind of like New Blood, except the last episode. But there
you
was
didn't watch
one...
Original Sin.
Original Sin, that was it. I was looking forward to checking it out. But yeah, I'm enjoying the new one.
About halfway through Original Sin. I watch an episode occasionally. It's decent.
Yeah.
But you watched Dexter Resurrection, right?
That's it. I'm on it. I think a new episode dropped today. So I can watch it.
Resurrection is the new one. Did you watch New Blood?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I thought New Blood was great, actually. Yeah, it was good.
I'm just confused why they're calling this something different. Because New Blood and Resurrection are the same thing. They're just continuation of each other.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know what they retcon to give it a new name. Everything seems like this new Resurrection seems like season 2 of New Blood.
Yeah, I don't know actually, because from hearing the creators, I mean, we don't have to get into it now, it's really getting into the weeds, but it seems there's some decisions they've made in Resurrection very early on which does feel like they're retconning stuff, and I don't know why they've taken certain decisions. So yeah, who knows? Okay.
Paris Decay with a 2 quid says, "Did you watch the new Predator animation?" No.
It's going to be amazing.
Heard it's great.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Everyone hates when I say this. I've never been able to get into Predator. Like, I didn't watch the first Predator movie when I was a kid, right? And
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen. Please take a seat.
It's such a movie of its time that, like, I feel like I had to watch it when it came out. Meanwhile, I liked Prey. I thought Prey was great.
I need to watch it again. I drank during it, and then I couldn't remember what happened from halfway through onwards. Drinking while watching movies is such a bad idea.
Yeah. I'll let you know. No, I used to think I loved Event Horizon. But I was such a massive alcoholic back in the day that every time I pop in Event Horizon and, like, you know, chug some booze. I watched Event Horizon not that long ago. I only seriously remembered the first 30 minutes of it. I'd seen the movie 20 times, Myles. I must have blacked out. after the first 30 minutes every single time.
Right,
So-
I think I've chosen the game, Brian.
Let's fucking go. All right, you guys, you know how this works. Myles has a PSVR 1 or PSVR 2 game in that head of his, and we have to figure out with an infinite number of yes or no questions, but only 4 minutes to ask him in what game he's thinking of. I need all the good questions you can possibly ask in the chat, and then, based on the answers we get, suggest good games that it might be. On your mark. Get Dez. Go. Do you have feet in this game?
No,
Do you have hands?
you're defeated. No,
No hands, no feet.
defeat the hands.
Is this in first person?
No.
It's totally in third person, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, there aren't too many of those. That rules out Moss Book 1 and 2, though, because you do have
Those are some really big
first-person
knobs.
stuff going on. Is it a puzzle game?
No.
Are you in a vehicle?
No.
Third-person game. Not in a vehicle. There's not that many third-person games on PSVR 2. Is it a platformer?
No.
There goes Max Mustard. Though I guess you can see your hands and feet in Max Mustard. And there are first-person elements, so that doesn't make sense. Stop it, Brian. Is it a good game?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good game.
Is it on PSVR 2?
It is on PSVR2, Brian.
Is it also on PSVR 1?
It is also on PSVR1, Brian.
Wait a minute. Can we not see our hands and feet because we don't have hands and feet?
Yes.
Is it a rhythm game?
Yes.
Do you play as a chrome beetle traveling through hell?
A space beetle, brave and hellish void, confronting a maniacal giant head from the future, if that's what you meant.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Then in case, then that is
Cool.
the case.
Is it Thumper?
It is Thumper, Brian. I was hoping you were going to ask, did we talk about it on the show? Because it was one of those ones that we kind of obscurely mentioned it, and that can often throw things off.
Right.
But yeah, Thumper. I
This is so
actually
good.
played. Yeah, I mean, this game is amazing. Drool, the creators of it, they made on MetaQuest a new game.
Is it Thrasher?
Which I played, and it's good. But straight away, I'm just like, it feels like, this scratches a different itch, but like they're good at what they do, but it just like Thumper is just something else. Yeah.
Amazing. If you haven't played this, by the way, definitely check it out on PSVR 2. It has some of the best use of adaptive triggers and haptics I think I've ever felt.
Head haptics now as well in PSVR 2 version. Wow.
Yeah, like honestly, this is one of those few games that like I'd rather just play with the DualSense controller.
Yes.
Because it's just a tighter feeling, and I think that they went more balls to the wall with the adaptive trigger support on that rather than the Sense controllers. Excellent game.
And it has the best genre name, which is rhythm violence, which I've never heard it. And I'm like, whoever coined that, this was before ChatGPT as well. So whoever coined it, mad props, because that's a brilliant description.
Oh, I think they coined it. I think that's how they described their game.
They did.
Even before.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Amazing way of describing it.
Shades of Grey Matter says Thumper's cool. I just always crash out by the end of the 5th level. Can't remember if I played it on PSVR 2 though. Oh, you remember? Because I remember the first time I hit the R2 or the L2 in Thumper on PSVR 2, and I was like, "Oh my god, am I gonna break the controller?" Like that's how intense it feels. It's like, brrr.
Yes.
I was like, I don't know how much more of this the controller can handle. Right to the point, I was like, the controller was still new and everything, so I was scared of breaking it. Man, it's intense. It's so good.
Dude, I just struggle with it because I want to get S ranks, and then as soon as I make a mistake, I'm like, I'm gonna have to do it again. So I've actually never got that far in the game. Like for me, it's not worth playing unless I'm perfecting it for completion stuff. But yeah. And Wes, Virtual Strangers in the chat. Hello, Wes. Says Thumper is an evergreen. It will be awesome 10 years from now. Absolutely.
Just like Beat Saber. Oh, forget it.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Oh.
I mean, on some platforms, I guess Beat Saber will still be good. Looper the Underground Gamecast says, third time it's been picked. Previous were July 26, 2021. AJ to Brian guessed it in 12 questions. I think I got it in less than 12 this time. And then December 21st, 2022, Wes to Brian guessed it in 13. Ooh, somehow I got worse by a question. Glad to see I've redeemed myself. Thank you, Looper. He says, in the new record winning streak of 4 minutes era is now established, 6 in a row. The next stop is the all-time record of 14 in a row. All right, let's not fuck this up. Listen, AJ, if you're out there, man, you better start practicing now. Because I don't want to ruin this record that we've got going on. We've got a good streak going on. Don't fuck it up. Start practicing. I'm gonna be grilling you with 20 questions all weekend long.
Do you want to be a master?
Rah. Sorry, we can move on. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been an awesome day. I love days like this when I just get to hang out with you, Myles, and shoot the shit and talk about just some stuff that we've been playing, but also other stuff that we're excited for, and movies and TV and all of that. The old show that we used to do, the Midnight Gamescast, that a few people are going back and watching old episodes of right now, which is nerve-wracking, by the way. I have no idea what we talked about. Don't cancel me. That's what we talk about. We talk about movies and TV and everything. And a part of me misses that. And so, when we have a chance, I think it'd be nice to include a little bit more of that in Gamescast. But it's nice. So guys, make sure you click all the links in the description below. Join our Discord where conversations like this happen 24/7. I hang out all day there while I get work done. Also click the link to go to Myles' channel, youtube.com/Myles, because one of these days he's going to stream Madison VR, and you want to make sure you're there for it. You want to turn on notifications. I wish there was a Madison notification on your channel. Just only notify me when he's fucking playing Madison, and I'll come running. Right? Everything else,
done as one of those. It's done as one of those government alarms where it notifies all phones regardless what your settings are.
It's an Amber alert that wakes you up at 2 a.m. What?
Yeah. Everyone says like, watch. I am going to seriously consider maybe doing morning Let's Plays. And some in the chat say they work night shifts, so it works for them. Yes, it means that not everyone's going to get to watch it in the live chat, but I do try and do Let's Plays in a way that they are watchable. Like yes, they are live streams, but I do it in a way that it's kind of packaged as a video as well. So yeah, maybe that's better than not doing anything at all. Not letting perfect be enemy of the good. Right. Better doing them at all than not doing them not at all, which is a really perfect way of just.
That's my favorite saying, man. Perfect is the enemy of the good. It's like sometimes you just get it's like shit or get off the pot, man. It's like just got to get it done, and getting it done is like, hey, it's better than it never being done.
That's it.
Guys, thanks so much for all the support you give, whether it's over here by being a member or over on patreon.com/withoutparolegames or by tipping during the show. It's all very much appreciated. It keeps the lights on. You have no idea how much it means to me. I'm going to be very thankful for you when a credit card bill comes and I'm like, I bought a Switch, what? Thank you for that. Yeah. Thanks for everyone who hangs out. Money's always secondary. We're just happy that you're here, part of this community. Hanging out in the chat, shooting the shit, playing 20 questions with us, or just sitting back watching the show and not saying a goddamn word. We know you're out there, and we love you just as much. Here it is, you guys. Your clip of the week, courtesy of Floydeth. Let's go. Myles, spiders will never not be terrifying in VR. And those spiders in particular, I don't know if it was the audio design or what they were doing over there at Vertigo, but the scary parts of Metro were very fucking scary. So scary that Floyd Death explained in the Clip of the Week channel that he was so scared of the spiders and had to work up his courage to play and beat the spiders and play through that section that he forgot to wear the gas mask, and that's why he died. So it's terrifying. No response. All right, you guys. Have a great weekend. We love you all.